How to be mindful at all times. Let me rephrase that. How to be street smart in life. Or, here is the trending one, how to be a bad boy. This isn't some feel-good philosophy. It's a hardcore blend of philosophy and psychology. If you're up for it, welcome to this 5-chapter guide. Chapter 5 is the most important one. Feel free to jump around. We're not here to follow the usual self-improvement advices flowing on YouTube, so viewer discretion is advisable. With that said, let's start this video, and you know what to do if you find it useful. Chapter 1. Embrace the ordinary. With no specific moment of enlightenment to kick off the journey to the path of mindfulness, people often start from the most abrupt premises. Every morning when you open your eyes, pay attention to the feel of the first breath, the first drink of water, the feel of your sheets on your skin. It is not about idealizing the ordinary, but about understanding that life is made up of moments, and moments mean details. In a way, you are consciously sculpting yourself to pay attention to such moments, and by doing this, you are developing a healthy habit. Sukhin, most to what the Stoics called amor fati, or the love of one's fate. It's about making sure that the totality of experience is always aware of the triviality of details as well. Instead of starting to pining for the extraordinary, start with appreciating the ordinary. Remember that these are the minute pieces that aggregate the huge puzzle that is your existence. Dr. Ellen Langer, in 1989, in her study on the psychology of possibility, has revealed a lot of importance on the little things in people's surrounding increases. The chances of achieving the state of flow, a state where the individual is completely absorbed in an activity of choice. Flow is not resultant from the task being special, but from the approach you grant it. Therefore, the next time you are washing the dish or going for the bus, realize that mindfulness is not about moving to a beautiful place and cancel all the noise, but it is about being aware of where you are at the present moment, no matter how chaotic and mundane the situation is. After all, some people said that there is beauty in the ordinary if only you will look at it carefully. In simple words, curiosity and openness. Even fate won't come to you if you're not approachable. Chapter 2. Adaptability, flexibility, and discomfort. Most people avoid discomfort like it's the plague, but embracing it can sharpen your awareness and help you grow. The Stoics believed in voluntary discomfort, deliberately putting themselves in challenging situations to build resilience and character. They argued that by confronting small difficulties, you prepare yourself for life's inevitable bigger ones. This might look weird. Try something different. Walk in the rain without an umbrella. Skip a meal or take a cold shower. These aren't acts of self-punishment, but opportunities to test your boundaries and develop a deeper understanding of your reactions. They help you see discomfort not as a threat, but as an invitation to learn about yourself. Psychologically, when you expose yourself to manageable discomfort, you activate a concept known as eustress, a positive form of stress that can boost your motivation, focus, and resilience. A 2013 study by psychologist Alia Crum showed that people who viewed stress as a challenge rather than a hindrance performed better under pressure and reported higher well-being. This practice rewires your brain, helping you remain calm and clear-headed in more intense situations. You become less reactive and more observant, able to see discomfort not as something to flee from, but as a tool for awareness. Remember, growth rarely happens in comfort zones. Lean into discomfort. It might just be where your true self-awareness begins. Chapter 3. Cultivate deep listening. Most people listen, not in order to comprehend what is being said. As the saying goes, people listen for their turn to speak. The practice of mindfulness is a step further, even though it starts with the act of listening to other people as well as yourself. Do not be too much prepared when talking to someone. Instead, you should pay close attention to the words the other person is saying. This doesn't sound like being polite. It sounds like a practice of being present. Another famous Stoic saying is, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." By doing so, You generate an environment where people feel heard. You stop railroading people and situations through your own preconceived notions, and you understand that every interaction is a chance of glimpsing someone else's life. Active listening, or deep listening, is therefore not only listening to other people, but also listening to yourself. Focus on issues such as the concept of thought about oneself and the emotions one has, especially in stressful circumstances. Do your societal responses reflect a true understanding, or are they mere replicas of what you have learned? This is in accordance with the psychological theory of metacognition, thinking about your thoughts. Research findings have also indicated that consumers who use metacognition in their daily lives come up with better decisions and handle stress better. Listening deeply involves waiting and accepting, and these are virtues that one has to learn. Most importantly, it ceases trying to persuade a client on a specific point of view, the manner in which it tries to bring forward a point. This kind of listening, or listening without labeling and without being distracted from the present moment, forms the ability to be present in your own life. The entire world may be viewed as a cryptogram that can be decoded, if only one is determined to pay real attention to it. Chapter 4. Engage in active reflection. More than just looking back at the day, reflection involves coming up with questions or issues to do with the day's incidents, ideas, or actions, and then analyzing them. Daily Stoic reading. Just before going to bed, the Stoic reflected on one's strengths, weaknesses, and areas of improvement for the day. It sets into practice a method of learning that makes you be aware of your self-growth and development all the time. In addition to just using the internet to give you hopeless, belly-up chuckles, try to linger in the moment. Ask yourself questions. I need to know why I reacted that way. What emotion did I have in me at that time? So what can be learned from this? The process of inquiry is not about criticizing oneself, but getting to understand oneself better. As soon as one begins to practice active reflection, one becomes more conscious about one's own process, or the patterns of behavior, the buttons that one may have, the resources that one may possess, or the things which one is completely unaware of. Scholars posit that reflective practices make people develop high levels of emotional intelligence. In a study conducted in the year 2015, Dr. Richard Boyatzis established that those people who take time and reflect on the self are those people who make better decisions, since they are well aware of their feelings and how such feelings impact them. Reflection is a skill. It involves bravery with regard self in order to come with uncomfortable realities. It is through this kind of process that you are even more cautious, even more purposeful. Instead of having discrete, memorable experiences that you switch from one to the other, there is a smooth continuity of your own narrative in which everything seems to be meaningful. Thus, life is the principal, and you, the learner who is determined to learn, with life being the school. Chapter 5. Master the double-edged sword. In a world that constantly pushes you to go faster, slowing down can be a radical act. We rush through tasks, conversations, and even our thoughts, driven by the illusion that speed equals efficiency. But when you move too fast, you miss the nuances, the little details that give life its depth. Slowing down is not about doing less. It's about doing things with more care, more presence. Oh, the title is Double-Edged Sword. Mindfulness doesn't always mean moving slowly. While slowing down helps you notice the finer details of life, there are moments when speed is crucial. Developing a sharp, quick-thinking mind is just as important as learning to take things at a measured pace. The key is to know when to apply each approach, like a skilled chess player who takes time to consider each move, but knows when to strike quickly. Overthinking is devastatingly harmful. Quick thinking is essential in many situations, from solving complex problems like math equations to making rapid decisions in a high-pressure environment like a shooting video game. Training your brain for speed, as well as accuracy, is about developing cognitive strength, strategic thinking, and a readiness to adapt. Doing math, games like chess, for example, help you learn to anticipate your opponent's moves, while a fast-paced video game can enhance your reaction times and your ability to make split-second decisions. Yes, I am not asking to cut off games from your life, but grow with it. A 2017 study in the journal Nature found that individuals who practiced quick decision-making tasks, like playing action video games, demonstrated improved cognitive flexibility, faster response times, and better strategic planning skills. The Stoics also valued this kind of sharpness. Seneca often spoke of mental agility, the ability to quickly understand a situation and respond appropriately. In life, there's a dance between these two modes: the slow, reflective mind that deliberates with depth and the quick, agile mind that responds with speed and precision. Both are necessary. Train yourself in both. Learn to slow down when you need to understand deeply, and practice quick thinking when the situation demands it.